Hello and welcome to WSN News for January 23rd, 2018. I am Mr. Anderson, the voice of WrittenSiNs. This program is brought to us by This Week Off of the Comic-Con Highway. We just wound up filming this, and now you guys can actually have the video that we just filmed embedded in the actual list. So when you go to the list on our site for this week exits, which you can always find on our main page right here, and you just go to WrittenSiNs exits. And I'll make you one better. After I get off this video, I'll actually make a new table that says this week's exits, so you guys won't have to even deal with it. But the first one that pops up right on top is the exits for this week. So we're going to make sure that that's there for you. So by the end of this program, I'll quickly jump in and I will add this week's exit to the very top that will go to the current week's exits on opinion stage. So it'll actually take you directly to the site, and that'll always update automatically. So let's get into the news. We were off yesterday due to conflict with internet and timing issues, so we actually have a big show, so we're going to read the titles. We're not going to really examine anything. I invite all of you to check out the site when you see something worthwhile. We have a lot. It's our first show since last Thursday, so bear with us. Eric Cockrell and Gregory Thompson will be front and center at the Eglin, I believe, is Literary Festival this weekend, the 27th. That's Saturday. Gregory's doing 2 panels. Eric will be there selling blister and defective comics. Check them out if you're in the Illinois area. See all the exits off the Comic-Con Highway for this week ending. You guys can see the video that we just did. Watch it and see what's happening near you, and make sure to go out and support indie comics this weekend. A sneak peek at another variant cover from Kasai. Madeline Holling-Rosing is the writer behind Kasai, and it looks like amazing. I've been seeing art for it for weeks. It is truly breathtaking. Madeline, of course, is from the Boston Metaphysical Society, and she actually has a Comic-Con exit this weekend off of the Comic-Con Highway. Check out the video for more details. A throwback thread, Chris Clareton, the 7 Deadly Questions may just be your noir story. James versus the New World Order is still waiting eagerly for your attention on Kickstarter. Check them out today. It is actually comedy set in an ambiguous, not so distant future. Jay Fosgit meets the 7 Deadly Questions. This is another throwback thread. We just forgot the title throwback, apparently. An interesting interview. Definitely worth checking out. Day 22 into the Suck Countdown. CB Zane is showing us art as we lead up to the anticipated second Into the Suck, a ongoing legacy for Keith Thomas, who we lost last year. We can't wait to be supporting it and talking about it more in the coming weeks. Super Cos views from Fort Lauderdale SuperCon. There was Power Combat. It's a Power Ranger in a Mortal Kombat. Come on, you guys thought it was funny. Throwback thread, the Satine Zilia Art Gallery, an amazing art gallery. I'm not sure why it didn't show the picture here, but she has some amazing art. Of course, she's the artist from my original Fetish Babies book. CB Zane shows off some amazing art from his past. This actually references a Kickstarter that's going on right now that we're not covering, but it's a Penny for Your Soul Kickstarter. Check it out. Looks like the art's amazing. Goodbye, Megastore. Hello, Indie Comics Preview Catalog. If you have a comic book that you're trying to sell, let us know. We'll add it to the previews catalog, and then they can get the books directly from the link that you want them to buy it from. So you make all the profits as the creator. And if you're a fan, this has tons of indie comic book creations. We're adding more every day. Well, every week. Maybe it'll be every day soon. The Genius Lonnie Pavlo, Wrestling Smartest Man, the Comic Biology of Leaping Lenny Pavlov, brother of Macho Man Randy Savage, and wrestling legend in his own right. I believe I saw that I will be in Orlando Toy Con, and so will John Crawford, who is the actual creator of this. He didn't reach out to me. I just saw it in passing just a few minutes ago, believe it or not, when I was just checking for a detail on the site as I'm getting ready for this weekend. So I'll be running into John, and we'll be talking about Lanny this weekend. Why don't you do yourself a favor? Check out Lanny Pavlov. Great guy. I met him at Fusion Cons. Really a smart guy. Check out his autobiography, Tale, on Kickstarter now. Another throwback thread with Will Adam Withers. Will Adam Withers lose a rib to the 7 Deadly Questions? Of course, he is the Adam in the Comfort and Adam team. If you don't know who they are, you need to check out this thread today. Life in Space is a comic book anthology that was created in 100 days by artist who completed the 100 Days of Making Challenge started by Kevin Cross. We had some amazing fan art from Laura Bond. She did some amazing art right here with the goat, and it does look awesome. I'm not selling it right. It is pretty cool. There was an amazing Kazu spotted from the TCBB Saturday Cherry Pop. This is a throwback, friend. That was the Tampa Bay Comic-Con. I don't know why I did BB there. This is literally from 2016 when we first started, so you'll have to excuse the bad title there. I've gotten better, I think. Kasai, which we were talking about, the Homecoming #1, returns home from Kyoto, Japan to figure out how to deal with her new superstardom and reunite with her estranged father. Resurrected 2, Issue 2, a group of paranormal investigators accidentally raise the dead and create a zombie infestation on the island of Blackwood. I'm just going to start skipping over the Kickstarters, and we'll talk about them at the end of the program like we always do, because we are going over a couple days news stories. So in the idea of making this show faster, we'll only talk about things that are on Kickstarters. Stabby Bunny to Cross the Pond. Creator Stabby Bunny, Richard Rivera, is heading over to London. Check out this great art that he left us with before he got on a plane. A Woohoo Morrison spin-off story idea. If you like Woohoo Morrison, when we covered it just a few weeks ago and for the Kickstarter talk, they have a new spin-off. Check it out now. The Jedi Mom will be at Comic-Con. We talked about it on the Comic-Con Highway, along with my Orlando toy and Comic-Con event, which I just said John Crawford will be there too. I mean, I'm sure he's going to have a wrestler with her. Wrestler with him. He always does. Time to give these Kickstarter the last rites. That's right. We just filmed this yesterday to find out what Kickstarters are running out of time and see how you can help them blast off of Kickstarter. The Creative Process press release. This is a video presentation on how to fill out one. Plus, there's some insight from other creators that we added on. Amazing cosplay from Fort Lauderdale, as we saw an amazing sword, amazing cosplayer. And it was a great year last year for cosplay. I was very impressed by everything. Another throwback thread, The Art of Danny Smith. You guys know Danny Smith from her amazing coloring comic book for adults called Boobs. Make comic books better thanks to Josh Dahl. That's right, Josh Dahl has a site, and it's amazing. And you guys got to check it out. He does amazing, informative programs that you should be watching. What does everybody love? Head and Control. This is a promo piece from Gary Scott Betty's amazing Kickstarter we'll be talking about very soon. A throwback thread about the most viewed list, which we don't do anymore. We stopped doing the most viewed list because it felt wrong. It felt like a competition. We try to stay away from competitions, but it was something we used to do in the past. So during our throwback this year, as we celebrate the last 2 years and want to re-emphasize how we've grown and how we've changed, we wanted to share that with everyone. Gene Holly runs Nerd Nation, but as a creator, he is so much more. Check out this link to see what I'm talking about. There will be toys and comics in Orlando. This was actually not my ad. This was actually from Mike Pires. I think it's Pires. He is one of the gentlemen behind the Comic-Con, so I actually saw it, and I posted it on here to help him promote it. Check me out in Orlando. Michael Metlin is taking 2018 as his own. I just found out today I'm listed as a guest at the Three Rivers Comic-Con along with him, who will be sharing a table with me. I'm excited to actually meet Michael Metlin and be able to be with him for his first Comic-Con experience. I can't wait to get up to Three Rivers in May. I'll see you guys in Pittsburgh in spring. This is the Kickstarter that you are missing out on. Now is the time to fix that. It's Markel Dupree's beautiful sword theory. And he's not directly related to it as per se the writer. He has a team behind it, but it's part of his evolution, I'm Grant. And here's the throwback thread for Comfort Love. That's right, she confronted the 7 deadly questions. Check out this fan art from John Eppel, who asked to do leftover Inktober sketches count. Of course they do. This is a throwback thread to the Harley Quinn Cosview cited, and apparently for some reason that failed. Some of the older threads, unfortunately, some of the pictures weren't exactly perfect. Check out the thread, though. It's inside of there. Dion Brown lets us see how you deal with the 7 deadly questions. Super Cosviews from Fort Lauderdale SuperCon get steampunked. The throwback thread, this is the process on how to run a small Comic-Con press empire. I did not write this. This was someone else who wrote this. Check it out to see who it was. The throwback thread from Louis R.T. Know this, there is nothing classy about the 7 deadly questions. Throwback thread from my artist now from the Fourth Monkey. Back then we just met Eric Hodson. He's looking to turn the 7 Deadly Questions into trading cards. And if that name makes more sense to you and you're like, wait, it was more than Rob, he does the Dinosaur Man, which I've been just raving about. Check out this fan art from Joe Barron and get to see his inspiration from the sewers. And apparently the cherry pop went twice. I don't know why. Chris Mad took on the 7 Deadly Questions. Chris Mad, of course, is someone that I've worked with. Great fan of his. Absolutely admirer of his work. Check him out today if you don't know who he is. The amazingness of his art will astound you. The Spoken Sins, we welcomes Austin Allen. This was this Saturday. We had an amazing sit-down. We were talking about XCT, which we're going to talk about in just a few minutes. SuperCon, super reviews from Fort Lauderdale. SuperCon, it was Lady Negan Pool. And sometimes, yes, I have fun naming their cosplays I don't necessarily know. A throwback thread from Colette Turner, Art of the Day. And, of course, you get your Sinsful comics, Fez Babies merch, monsters, and more on Sinsful.com. Has war come to an end, or is it just the beginning? Check it out exclusively on Tapas today. Throwback thread, good video worth an hour about fan art. So if you want to know about fan art, check this out. It's an opinion piece that we posted 2 years ago. See if it stands up today to today's standard. Check out the fan art of Danny Phoenix Thomas. Amazing fan art. Throwback thread from the first Friday at the Tampa Bay Comic-Con, as we call it. And this was actually Penguin. I remember setting it up. And Leo Letterman edits the 7 Deadly Questions. First time we actually had a editor. And I don't think since then we've had a strict editor. But since then, I think Leia's gone on to add writing credits, or she already had them and we didn't know it at the time. So she's more than an editor. She's a creator as well. Dirk Manning's book, Right or Wrong, is the book that will change how you view what it takes to be a Comic-Con creator. Super Cos views from Fort Lauderdale SuperCon, a happy clown couple. Brazilian Bounty is based on the underground rumor, one that personally Cosmic Casey believes in. And remember, creators, to take time off. But before you do that, read this thread and why it's important to take time off. A throwback thread from Seth Damrose. Watch out the 7 Deadly Questions have you in the crosshairs. Check out some amazing fan art from Jason E. Gwynn. He shows work in progress of Computron. A throwback thread of the Assassin's Creed from the Brotherhood. The Florida Brotherhood Throwback thread, the Assassin's Creed Florida Brotherhood brought the cosplay to the Tampa Bay Comic-Con. I don't know why it was such a tongue twister for me. For some reason, everything at the Tampa Bay Comic-Con, the actual images aren't showing, and I bet you that was before we actually started doing the images. That's probably why we're having some issues with that. Some of the threads that we did were so long ago that they actually were hosted originally on WrittenSinsProductions.com, and they were transfer threads to go between the two sites that we were keeping up for a short time. The original idea was that that was going to be more about the events that we were doing, and Creators of Written Sins would be more about the creators. It's easier to combine them in the middle of the first year and just go to one site, and we've never regretted that choice. So sometimes we run into those things. The 7 Deadly Questions calls out Tits creators Colton and Casey Soros to find answers for their creation. One of the best interviews I did, and honestly, you know, they've told me that that really did help them fund their Kickstarter, and that was a great compliment to actually hear that an interview really did help with that. And I was so happy that, and it showed me how important interviews were. Because by doing that interview, they kind of cleared up the air. And from that point on, they knew that tits wasn't always the best thing to go by, so they've gone by the longer trans interdimensional taxi cab service. I still call it tits because I get the joke and I think it's funny, but, you know, especially with everything that's been going on lately in the world, I can understand why you want to be a little careful about your content. And Valentine's Day at Gotham City Pizza. Celebrate your love of pizza and comics with Stabby Bunny creator Richard Rivera. I might be there in an official capacity. Stay tuned for more on that. That has been the last couple of days. And, of course, there's Eric Hodson's YouTube channel, which is part of the 100-day challenge. So we reached 20,477 creators, fans, sinners, subscribe directly to our site. reason I'm bringing this up is I really want it to be 20,500. For some reason, that bothers me. It's not 500. Help me drive 23 people onto our site and make them subscribers today. And thank you for subscribing. For those of you who have, really, we do appreciate it. We've gotten to the point, thanks to all these subscribers, that we barely share things on Facebook anymore, and instead of really focused our energies on videos, as opposed to putting things on the site that are just links and stuff. We wanted to definitely draw people onto our site to enjoy the product, as opposed to putting our product all over the place, you know, sometimes even without laser focus like it should have been. So, of course, we talked about the exits today, and now you have the video there. And like I said, at the end of this video, I will take the time to build in this week off the Comic-Con highway. And that's what I'll name it. So you guys know now this is exclusive breaking news. So let's check out. Oh, this is the WrittenSiNs. There's going to be a Kickstarter starting on the 25th, which is just in 2 days. This is Prospects by Maxwell. We look forward to seeing that. Some more cool stuff about Zombie's End. Butch the Butcher is now on sale thanks to Nerd Tracks. So check it out today. And of course, we had some videos. I haven't gotten to read this yet, so I can't comment on it. But apparently this is a great way to help get better readers. Check it out. And of course, there's Resurrected, which we'll talk about more in a moment. And I know the rest of the stuff on our actual group, I've gone and updated. I made sure to update us really well yesterday. So that's exciting. Let's see what's on my site. So here was that thing I was talking about, Three Rivers, where me and Michael Metlin are featured. So that was kind of cool to see that. I didn't expect that. It was a really cool moment. Resurrected issue 2, which I may or might not have backed. And hey, listen, every time you guys back something on Kickstarter, make sure to share it on Facebook and Twitter. Make sure to help support them. We got some Kickstarters for tomorrow's Kickstarter talk to add. We have Neptune Radio, which will be part of the show tomorrow, so check that out. And of course, XCT will be part of it. And Nick Gibson's going to be having a project coming soon. We also had I got tagged in a non-English video, so I have no idea what it means. I reached out to the creator and I asked them to tell me if they could give me a title to this that was in English so I could better understand it. And I do look forward to that. Here's some great art that I shared from CB Zane. I have been friends with Melissa M for a year now. How cool is that? The autistic Jedi. She is the Jedi mom and, of course, an ambassador to autism awareness. And and that was some stuff from yesterday. This is Michael Mellon talking about how we'll be together at the Three Rivers, sharing a table. I've invited him to be my guest at that table. And then some of these things are from when we did Last Rites the other day. And for some reason, I apologize. Yesterday was not a great day for videos. This is how that video wound up. For those who watched it, I didn't realize.
Do Kickstarter last night.
Let me turn off the volume. I didn't realize that while we were filming, this is what you guys were seeing. Something was obviously wrong. I don't know what happened, and then it kind of failed while I was trying to fix it, and it suddenly shut off. It happens. That's live presentation. You know, you can't do much about that. I do the best I can. Every so often we're going to run into that. Gene was happy with the shout out I gave him. We saw that just a few minutes ago. Here are the Comic-Con appearances that we were doing. Sylvester Elmons is going to be at AwesomeCon. We added him in, but that's a few weeks away. And then check this out. I got one of those cool TV antennas that works. So I was watching free TV, and it kind of like just excited me. I know that sounds weird. I grew up in the 80s. I remember when you didn't need cable to watch television, and now I have one. I think that's just about it right now. Well, here's Cat and Amp, Mouse Digital Comics by Comics Anthology. I'm waiting to hear back from them if they want us to run it as an ad. There wasn't a lot said there, and I've been doing a lot of aftermath work. I don't think there was much really this weekend on my thread, so I think this is a good point to go to this week in indie comics. And here we are. And here we are this week in indie comics. You guys know that we just filmed the exits off the Comic-Con highway, but here are 3 banners. Well, I don't know why he's not here. So we're going to just go out because I want to show you guys. And this was at the top of the program. I know some of you guys have come on since then. This was a longer than normal program. Eric Crockrell and Greg Thomas are going to be joining us on there. They have a festival of literacy in Illinois in Elgin. That is going to be part of This Week in Indie Comics. Well, I don't know why it didn't come here. It must be a missing tag. So they're going to be here. CamiCon is where you're going to find the Jedi Mom, and WrittenSiNs she'll be reporting live from there. Orlando Toy and Comic-Con 2018 will be sin-filled thanks to this guy, Rob Anderson, the voice of WrittenSiNs. I look forward to seeing you guys in Orlando, and you guys can get a sneak peek of Fetish Babies issue 2, the unfinished version, mind you. This will be the sneak peek version, if you will. Supporting Kickstarters only takes $1. $1 shows support attracts attention, help funds projects, supports indie creators, and helps create new worlds. Check out our Last Rights program to see what all the Kickstarters that are ending and an in-depth analysis about them and information that you might not have seen during our regular Kickstarter Talk program. And here we go. Victoria Black is the most dangerous assassin, and she must protect her family from the organization from which she works. Autism awareness is about the education and acceptance, educating the public about acceptance of special needs children and their value. Most autistic children and adults don't communicate or socialize the way typical individuals do. Autism awareness attempts to break the barrier and help the kids connect. They need a voice, and they give them one. They are our future. Kickstarter for the Independent Creator, 2nd edition, a practical, informative guide to crowdfunding, written by Madeline Holland Rising. An amazing book. If you're about to run a Kickstarter, this is the book for you to read now. Extreme Championship Tournament, The Most Wanted, is a high-quality artistic graphic novel anthology based in the XCT universe. And right up here, or at the bottom of your screen, if you're watching or viewing site from your phone, you'll find the Austin Alan Hamlin Spoken Sin interview where we talked about the amazing work that he did in XCT. Resurrected issue 2 is a group of paranormal investigators accidentally raise the dead and create a zombie infestation on the Isle of Blackwood. Check out issue 2 today on Kickstarter. James versus the New World Order, issue number 3, is a post-apocalyptic action comedy set in an ambiguous, not-so-distant future. And you guys might remember Seed Seekers when we did the first issue. Now Seed Seekers has volume 2. Get the first 2 issues, and you're going to become a huge part of the team by discovering new worlds for our characters. Become part of the Seed Seekers team today on Kickstarter. Live in Space is a comic book anthology created in 100 days by artists who've completed the 100 Days of Making Comic Books Challenge by Kevin Cross. This weekend in Orlando Toy and Comic-Con, you'll find the creator, John Crawford. And right now you can find John Crawford's latest Kickstarter, the genius Lenny Pavlov, Wrestling Smartest Man, the comic biography of Leaping Lenny Pavlov, brother of Macho Man Randy Savage. Ooh, yeah. And a wrestling legend in his own right. Great guy. Check out his autobiography today. Here's Sword Theory. It is the first of an ongoing series, an action fantasy tale of self-discovery and revenge as a young man perfects the art of sword. Zombies End, an uncanny solution horror graphic novel. A living head in a bucket must convince humanity that the only solution to the zombie apocalypse lies within his own chaotic mind. The ominous adventures of Poppy and Poe, a gothic girl, circus tightrope walker, and her demonic monkey take on serial killer clowns and more. Kasai, Homecoming #1. Kasai returns home to Kyoto, Japan, to figure out how to deal with her new superstardom and reunite with her estranged father. And every day that we do WSN News and a lot of the other programs we do, we talk about supporting veterans. Veterans are the people who give up so much for us to protect our country. No matter what country you are, you more than likely have a group of veterans who supported you by giving their time and their life away for service at times. We suggest one of the best places to support veterans being the Veterans Wife on Facebook. Check it out today and see how you can support our veterans. Thank you to all the veterans. We truly appreciate your service. We would like to give an extra special thank you to the veterans that don't want to be recognized. the silent stoic veterans. For the horrors they have seen in war, it is to them nothing to be thanked for. They don't put it out for the world to know, for they are truly struggling, for they now are battling their own war at home. You're not alone. You are loved and appreciated. You will always be a hero, even if you refuse the title. This has been WSN News for Tuesday, January 23rd, 2018. I look forward to talking to you all about tomorrow's news and sin. Till then, have a great day.